Alrighty then, how do everybody, welcome back. And I'm on my R1 today, just putting the last 100 miles on before she has to go for his first 600 mile service. But this episode isn't about the R1 today, it's about an R1, but not about this R1. It is the next episode in my Adventures on Track series. Yay! And what a good day I had yesterday. It was a return to Donnington Park, along with my new track buddy Andy Cope of his self-named channel. And I've got to say, we did really well. It was a bit of a last minute track day this, I didn't have it in the diary. It just Andy got in touch with me and pointed out that he was going to a track day at Donnington on the 26th and that I should come. However, after my previous promises of not doing a novice day ever again, the only availability for this track day was in the novice group. So it was either novice or don't go. I chose novice. Now, I'm not being big-headed, but there has definitely been a steady and significant improvement on my part of my track riding. It's starting to come together a little bit, and this was the first time at Donnington where I really felt like I was on top of things fully, you know. If you've watched my previous track adventures or any of my track day footage at Donnington, you'll notice, or will have noticed, that my bogey section is the first section of the track from Hollywood down through the old hairpin up through Schwantz's and onto the sort of up to the turns before the coppice. Now today, or I should say yesterday, I just decided to man the hell up and open that throttle. Just do it. You know, everyone else does it and no one else is coming off, so the bike can do it. And how it can do it. If you just look back at my old videos, you can probably see that, you know, I would generally go through that section of the track around 85 miles an hour tops, and at the time it would always feel fast, but when you look back at the video, it just looks really slow and you're thinking, how on earth is it going so slowly? It was so fast on the track. Well, that's just the nature of wide-angle cameras. I think they just make things look a bit slower. But anyway, so yesterday I just thought, screw this, let's do it. Let's get on it and let's see what we can actually do. So I did. I got on it. I pushed myself harder than I've ever ridden before, and I was riding the laps faster than I've ever ridden before. The knee was going down harder than it's ever gone down before. It felt good. And I was pretty much overtaking everyone, lapping people, because at the end of the day, it's a novice group. And I would class myself as an intermediate rider, you know, that can hold their own in the intermediate classes, so I'm bound to be overtaking people. There's a couple of people like myself. I am now one of the, what I have always referred to as ringers. That is now me. You know, I was only in that group because I couldn't get an intermediate spot. And it was the same, there was other riders there who were only there because they couldn't get an intermediate or even fast group spot. So, at times I felt a bit crap. I felt a bit like I was doing what used to annoy me, where obviously vastly superior riders would pass people closely and, you know, sort of charge past them, you know, under braking in the corners and things like that, and that was me. So I felt at times a bit of a shitheel, really, because it, you know, it's not really fair on the novice riders to have to put up with that, but you know, that's how it is. So the whole objective of yesterday, I thought, was to finally get a sub 2 minute lap recorded that I can sort of point to say, yep, I can now do a 1:55 at Donnington or something like that, which I would be more than happy with. That would absolutely do me. I wouldn't need to go any faster than that pace. However, big problem in one of the early sessions, some poor soul's bike seized up on them at the very bottom of the fast start-finish straight, and basically spat them off at 100 plus miles an hour and dumped a full crankcase full of oil right on the track at the race line at the end of the fast start-finish straight. So that effectively ruined that part of the track for the rest of the day. Because yeah, they put concrete dust down, but there was a hell of a lot of oil down, and there was no way you could get past it without really having to hit the anchors and losing a lot of your corner speed, because it's normally a very fast corner, that. So anyway, that aside, I got faster as the day went on, to the point where the fastest lap that... Actually, it won't be the fastest lap I've done, because unfortunately my camera didn't record the final session, the usually fast session of the day, where everyone, half the field, have gone home, leaving just a few of the faster riders on track. But it was a fast session, I can tell you that for now. It was an excellent session, and really going for it. And I think that even with the oil on the track at the bottom of the start-finish straight, it was still possibly a 1:58 lap with the fastest that I was doing around there. Because the fastest lap that I did in a previous session, where I was actually mired in a bit of traffic, was a 2:01. So yeah, I'm happy that I can now do a sub 2 minute lap of Donnington, and that is now me happy in the intermediate group. But more than anything of the day, it was a complete and utter festival of overtaking. I have never overtaken so many people on track before, and not just like slow running novices either. I was passing people who have brought proper track bikes, who should by all rights be in the intermediate group. So I was justifiably felt a bit proud of myself yesterday. So here's a little compilation of some of my finer overtakes. I'm kind of thinking that this whole track day Adventures on Track series I'm doing, they're probably drawing to a close really, because I've not really got much more new to sort of like explore really. It's just going to be a steady progression of getting slightly more polished than I am now over the coming months, years, whatever, how many track days I do, because I'm not going to get much faster. That much I am happy about, because I'm going at a pace where I'm happy that I won't crash. The only way I'll get faster is if I get better at braking, and therein lies my Achilles heel, is my duff right side, because I can reach a certain amount of braking force, and that's about as much as I can cope with. So unless I dose myself up on ibuprofen and codeine or something and just go for it for a session, then I might be able to go a lot faster, but it's not really worth it. The thing is about track days, you're not racing, you're having fun, and it gets unpleasant when there are people on track who are racing. I had one the last time I was out with some Burke on a red 1200 Bandit from back in the 90s, and he was a good rider, but he wanted to race, and he did not like the fact that someone who was not as good a rider as him, but on a more powerful bike, vis-a-vis my Aprilia Tuono, was kicking his ass on the straights. He didn't like that, so every time he overtook him, he'd stand me up in the corners, and it just made for a really unpleasant experience when I was on track with him. So for me, track days aren't like that. Track days are about having blisteringly fast fun, riding the adrenaline, and just having a kick-ass time and speaking to people of a like mind. That's what it's all about. It's not about racing, it's about improving yourself. So I have got one more track day booked for this year. I might do some more later, but I'm a bit skint at the minute, truth be told, after buying this expensive bitch. But I may do one or two more in late August, early September, weather permitting. It won't be on this one. This probably won't do a track day now until next year, because even the engine's not fully broken until after 1,000 miles. So I can't really open the taps on it fully until after 1,000. After 6 I can take it up to 8.5, 9. Short bursts above that, so long as it's not prolonged. But I want it well over 1,000 miles and well fully running before I'll do a track day on it, and we'll take it from there. No big rush, because my 4C8 R1 is plenty fast enough, trust me. It was really fully, for the first time yesterday, throttle open to the lock stops, and not just on the straights as well. It was hella good fun. So yeah, that's about it really. It was just a good kick-ass day. One sort of blot on it was poor Andy. He sent his Gixxer 750 into the grass, closely followed by himself. He's fine, he's not injured himself. His bike's a little bit scuffed up, but nothing that he can't fix. He's a dab hand with the spanner. He's our Andy. He restores bikes, fixes up his own bikes. I don't think there's very much he can't do himself. So he will no doubt spring back from that. And I dare say I'll see him at another track day very soon. Myself, I've got one booked at Silverstone, the GP circuit at Silverstone, which is like, it's got the fastest straight in the country, I think, so there should be some high speed action coming up on that one, and that one's going to be on the 2nd of August next week. So I've got a bit of work to do on my bike to get it up ready for that, because it's filthy and I need to fit some new pipes on it, and after that I shall do the track day and I shall report back on that one. So that one might be the last Adventures on Track episode-y thing that I've been doing. And after that, I don't know what kind of format my track days will take, whether I record them or not. It's actually quite nice because I did a couple of sessions without cameras on, and got to say, it's actually quite nice just riding for yourself without any sort of thought, well, will this look good, or, you know, is anyone going to be watching this? So we'll see. But so look forward to that one coming up. It should be a kick-ass day, that, because ex-world superbike racer Neil Hodgson's there, offering tuition. I'm not having any with him, it's very expensive, but it'll be nice to sort of shake his hand and meet the man in person. So I shall get some footage of that, hopefully. But other than that, the R1's going in for its first service in a couple of days. So I shall do some more videos on this, see how we're getting on. I'm not going to talk about it today because I'm just grinding the miles out, that's all I'm doing. So I shall leave you with a couple of laps of it's not my best session because that one hasn't recorded, unfortunately, but I'll leave you a couple of laps of what I think is a good couple of laps in a good session. So enjoy. good bike. But anyway, that's about enough from me on this one. If you're new to this channel, please, if you feel so inclined, subscribe. I put up some fairly interesting stuff. It's not going to set the world on fire, but you might like it. Or at least hit the like button if you so feel that way inclined, as to say you actually like this. But if you don't, it doesn't matter. The world won't end. So to all you bikers out there and my regular subscribers, please folks, keep it shiny side up. We all want to live, we all want to survive, and we all want to ride. And on that rather quite depressing bombshell, I think I'll leave it there. Adios!